According to this new research that we are going to go through, Tesla stock will reach $400 this summer, most likely. When I hear something like that, I want to look into it and see, is this really for real? Is there any merit behind this, or is this just a bunch of nonsense? So let's find out.
Tonight, we're going off the charts with the help of Larry Williams. He's the legendary technician and market historian who's been the top expert in the space since before I could drive. Larry's written over a dozen books and created a host of his own proprietary technical indicators. He's only getting better with age, as his recent track record's incredible. This is the guy who called the COVID bottom in the spring of 2020 when Wall Street was ready to jump out of the windows, okay? He called the big January rally at the beginning of this year. He realized the NASDAQ was ready and nailed the Netflix move, which, by the way, rallied 31 points today. So what does Williams, who's so red hot, see right now? Well, you know what? He is actually feeling quite bullish about the broader market. But before that, let's talk about one stock that he likes in particular and that David Faber will certainly want to listen to. Yes, take a look at the weekly chart of none other than Tesla.
Who is this Larry Williams guy? Well, he made $1 million out of $10,000 in one single year trading. By doing that, he won the 1987 World Cup Championship of Futures Trading. What's also interesting is his daughter, Michelle, also won the same contest 10 years later. Larry has quite an interesting track record there.
At Tuesday's annual meeting, Elon Musk warned that the next 12 months would be challenging for Tesla thanks to worldwide economic weakness. Williams doesn't dispute that the next year might be difficult for the company, but he feels a lot more constructive about Tesla's stock. Remember, they are two different things at times. I don't think Larry would argue with Musk about electric vehicles or rocket science. Stocks are another issue, though. And right now, he thinks Tesla's got an awful lot going for it. Now, let's go to these charts. Williams is always looking at the past action in any given stock to identify cycles that seem to repeat themselves over and over again, which they do. And Tesla sees both a long-term cycle and an intermediate-term cycle. You can see the longer-term cycle. That's the one in blue. This is a 42-month cycle. Tesla's major highs and lows have all pretty much stuck to this pattern ever since the stock began trading. Why does it matter? Okay, because right now the long-term cycle's looking pretty darn good.
That line is pointing straight up.
It bottomed near the end of last year, which is when the stock stopped going lower, right? And if history's any guide, this pattern says Tesla can keep rallying through the second quarter of next year. Rather than worrying about the next 12 months, Williams recommends buying the dips, although you might want to lighten up on your position into any of the big rallies. But look at this. You see where this is headed.
Supposedly straight up, but is it really going to happen? Well, let's hear him out first till the end.
Williams was so right on Netflix. This is the same kind of feel that I got about that call that he made on Netflix.
Going with your feelings. That's probably the reason why average individual investors underperform the market index by about 1.5% per year, but active traders underperform by 6.5% annually, according to Trade Society. That statistic is from the year 2000, though. When investing, you want to go with logic and facts and not with your feelings. I would rather hurt my feelings than be broke. So I don't really like where Kramer is going here.
Speaking of big rallies, he says Tesla's due for one right now, right here, because there's another cycle that matters, the intermediate-term cycle, and that's in red. According to Williams, when Tesla gets to this phase in the cycle, historically it's rallied 80% of the time from right about now through early September. 80%, I will take that. I can't tell you why these cycles seem to repeat themselves. I can't explain why they often lead to successful trades. I can only point you to Larry's amazing data, because you can't argue with that kind of track record, and you can't argue with his data.
Now, that kind of talk I like a little bit more, although when he says, I can't explain why this data is this way, that part I don't really like as much. But according to this analysis, there's an 80% chance that Tesla stock is going to start a huge rally, and it is going to go up all the way to about $400 this July. I will want to dig deeper into this Larry Williams guy a little bit later, but let's wrap this up first.
Now, check out this weekly chart of Tesla with Williams' proprietary indicator at the bottom that measures hedge fund and mutual fund buying. This is the other reason he's feeling positive on Tesla. These money managers have an excellent track record of buying the stock right before rallies. In other words, they're not contrary, they're actually correct. Over the last 4 weeks, they have been buying Tesla stock aggressively. That suggests the stock's getting ready for a big move higher.
This chart does look interesting. I mean, if you look back here, for example, there's more buying here and the stock was going up, and then when it reaches this sort of lower level, yeah, the stock tends to go lower in the short term, but right here it didn't really go up immediately, although here, yep, this was sort of generally right, but it did go up a few times, and well, I guess if you made short-term trades that would have worked out, but if you bought somewhere here doing a short-term trade, you got slaughtered. So it's not always correct, certainly not, although there is some correlation, certainly.
How about the daily chart with the same institutional money manager indicator at the bottom? You can see that even when Tesla's price has declined, the blue line, which shows professional accumulation, didn't go down. Nice. Money managers stuck with this one on weakness, and they tend to buy it right before strength. Plus, it doesn't hurt that Williams says the seasonal pattern is on Tesla's side right now, too.
Although Ross Gerber sold on April 24th and bought Tesla stock just now, that was not a great trade because Tesla stock went up about 10% between these two trades. But here's what's interesting about Larry. He is now 80 years old, so we can look at him, look at his net worth. If he's really good at trading, by this time, he has to be a billionaire pretty much. On his website, he says that he made his first $1 million trading stocks in 1970. If we just take that $1 million, we put this into this investment calculator, we start in 1970 and we end in 2023, we just put a return of 14% in here, and what do we have? We have $1 billion, and 14% per year? That does not sound like a lot if you are indeed a good trader. If we take it up to 20%, which is closer to what Warren Buffett has done, then the numbers get really interesting. He would have $15 billion today. But when I do a quick search about him, nothing really comes back. It just says that his net worth is maybe about $5 million. And if he's really that good at trading, how come he doesn't have a fund? At least I can't find one. And when I go on his website, it doesn't say what his returns are historically. It just says that he has been trading for 57 years now. It only talks about how many years he has been trading for, but nothing really to show for it. I can say that reading through his website inspires a lot of confidence for me to trust his research. Maybe he's a great guy, but just looking at his website and doing some basic research about him, I can't find anything that would really impress me other than him turning $10,000 into $1 million one single time. Beyond that, I don't really see any impressive achievements. Maybe they're hidden somewhere, but they're not on his Wikipedia, and it doesn't seem like they are on his website either. Maybe there's something that I'm missing about this guy. If I am, please leave a comment down below. In the meantime, I can't say that I will put much weight on his research. In this video, I share my thoughts about Tesla starting to advertise. My name is Matt Post. Just like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.